What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy, Hit the keys. And in today's video, I've got 6 freebies for you guys. And the first 2 might replace Melodyne for you permanently. Make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. But with no further delay, let's get right into these freebies, baby. Hit the key. All right, guys, so I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I didn't do my due diligence on the plugins, so I'm not gonna be able to go super in depth on a couple of them just because I was only gonna be able to record this video or it wasn't gonna happen. But the first free plugin I have for you guys today is an absolute gem. It's from a new developer, and it's called MXTune. When you open up MXTune, it is going to look like this. This is basically a free version of Melodyne. As far as the part where you put your vocals in and you can start adjusting notes and all that other stuff. And it comes with some auto tune as well. So for this, I do have a vocal. The vocal that we're gonna use today just sounds like this.
Where do we go? Where do we go?
All right, so it's just something I grabbed at an arcade. It's not gonna be out of key, but I'm just gonna be able to show you what the plugin can do with this. So the first thing that you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna tap this track button right here so that it gets all the information from your recording. This is something that you are gonna put on as an effect slot, and then you're gonna push play.
Where do we go? Where do we go?
All right, so as you can see, similar to Melodyne, it doesn't look exactly like Melodyne, but it's got all the notes and everything here for you. So it's pretty easy. What I would recommend is hitting this snap key, because when you turn off, when you do that, it's gonna bring up all these notes for you and it makes it easier to move them around or whatever. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say hit snap key. What I meant to say was turn off the snap, and that way it's easier to move it around. So you can see how I can move it much easier than if it's snapped on. If it's snapped on, it's kind of hard to move it around. So I turn the snap off and it makes it easier to move all your signals around and everything to get the sound that you want. So as you can see, I'm just changing basically the notes. I'm not doing the greatest job. I'm just doing this so I can show you what it does.
Where do we go?
And so as you can see, similar to Melodyne, if something's out of tune or out of pitch, you can put it in pitch very easily. You can mess with the smooth on the auto tune so you can make it smoother. You can make it less smooth if you want to.
Where do we go?
So obviously, again, I know that that's not in tune, but this is just for demonstration purposes. And then you can mess with the smooth on this as well. Turn that auto tune on.
Where do we go?
You can also mess with the keys over here as well. Again, I haven't messed with this too much in depth yet because I just got it a little bit ago.
Where do we go? Where do we go?
So again, it is a very solid tool and something that you can do to get your vocals in pitch, get your vocals in key. It's free. It's not the $500 Melodyne price. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and hit up the second plugin. So the second plugin would be, I guess, the one that you're gonna wanna combat with this one. And I've done a review on the original plugin before, but it's just called Samplab 2. So Samplab has come out with the new version. And in this new version, it does now separate instruments. So, you can drop whatever it is that you wanted to drop in there and it would be able to recognize the vocals, the instrument, all that good other stuff. So let me just go ahead and grab a song here off my desktop. All right, so I'm just gonna drop this Would You Master in here. And so with this, no different than the other version. The free version, you only get 10 seconds worth of audio. With the full version, I believe you get unlimited audio now. But the difference between this and the other versions is you can see here, it will break it down from instrumentals. It'll get your drums, it'll get your bass, and it'll grab your vocals as well. So we'll go ahead and just do that. You only get, like I said, 10 seconds of audio. So again, you can always just, copy and paste or cut. You can figure out how to get it to work, how you need it to work. So then you're just gonna push OK, and it's gonna take 1 second and it's gonna read everything real quick. All right, so it's gonna take about 15 to 30 seconds for it to read everything. Once it reads everything, it's gonna look just like this. So what you can do is you can come over here and you can split the stems up. So now that I've split the stems up, I have everything split up and I can listen to everything separately. So, I can mute everything And, let's hear what the drums sound like. All right, so it might have had just a little bit of trouble figuring out the bass from the kicks. But again, what are we using this for? We're using this for the MIDI, so not necessarily the sound. Another thing I will say too as well, it's gonna be in mono for the free version if you did want to remix this or take the sounds or whatever. But the paid version, you get the stereo separation and all the other stuff. So that is also gonna change the way that it sounds. But boom, let's go ahead and turn on the bass now and see what it sounded like. All right, and I guess I failed y'all because I should have played the song first. But so here's what the song originally sounds like. I'll just play a little piece of it.
When the game goes sideways and the dice roll crazy and the fire burns in your eyes.
All right, so that's just a little piece of the song, so we'll go back to it now. I'm sorry, I just probably should have played that so you guys have a point of reference. God, I'm failing today. Woo! All right, so then we can unmute these vocals, and this is what it sounds like with the vocals.
When the game goes sideways and the dice roll crazy and the fire burns in your eyes.
And then we also have all of the instrumental pieces right here.
When the game goes sideways and the dice roll crazy.
So now what's cool about this is that I can simply drag this. If I just push control, I can grab all this and I can take it into FL Studio or whatever program it is that I'm using. And I can simply just drop it in there, boom, and it'll give me that whole entire MIDI. And so it's not figured out yet how to separate the guitars from the pianos and all the other stuff. We can figure that out, but at least you got all the melodic pieces and all the melody pieces that you need, in order to remix a song. So again, I've done a full review on this in the past. You can check that review to find out more details about Samplab. All right, guys, and the third plugin that I have for you guys today comes from FKFX. It's called Krishna, and this is the light version. And when you open up Krishna synth, it's going to look like this. It's basically a remix of a synth from 2007. Before we get started, I am going to say I have one gripe with this plugin. My one gripe with this plugin is that I couldn't get the presets to load properly. And so there's a video that shows you how to get the presets to load properly. Maybe it's user area. Maybe I'm an idiot. I'm probably an idiot. I'm an idiot. But when you watch the video, in the video, it basically tells you that all you have to do is grab the presets and drag them over. Nah, fam, it ain't working. That's for the Mac. For the PC, it doesn't work. But all the effects are here. So not just all the effects, but all the effects and all the presets. So there's a bunch of presets here. But when I go to click on it, so you see how there's 3 here. But when I go over here to click on it or whatever it is, it's only going to give me 1 preset for each sound. So I don't know how to fix that. I just want to make sure I mention that though, because that was kind of frustrating for me. So but let's go ahead and get into this thing. It does have some cool sounding stuff. With this, here's one of the presets. So that's super fire to me. It's going to come with effects and stuff down here as well. That might have been a little aggressive. I apologize for that. But you can get that tube up. You got multi-effect. They give you 3 different oscillator levers. They give you, ADSR, you get filters, you get a bunch of stuff with this. So, you do get some different sounds that are all going to be like super synthy sounds. So, you're going to get stuff like, it's going to sound like this. But you can mess with the waveform on some of these stuff as well, which makes it pretty cool. So we'll just go ahead and go to this bass acoustic real quick. So now watch when I push down. So you can mess with this waveform and you can change it however you want to. So you see how it's starting to change that, the way that it sounds, the way that it's affected. That's pretty cool. There are some cool sounding stuff in here. So like this right here is a super nice sounding sound. So, you know, you can hear it evolving and all that other good stuff. Cool stuff. There's just a few good stuff here. I would recommend checking this out. If you got a Mac, it's easy. All you got to do is drag and drop in there. PC, look, sorry, fam, I can't help y'all out today. I failed y'all. All right, guys, and the fourth free plugin that I have for you guys today comes from IK Multimedia. It's from T-Rax, and it's called EQ81. So when you open up EQ81, it is going to look like this. It is supposed to emulate a warm British EQ. I don't have the answer whether it does or not, but the answer I do have is it sounds nice. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and push B right quick. I'm gonna let you hear what it sounded like on this little piano melody I put together. And then I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. You're gonna instantly hear, you know, what the EQ did to it. It's a nice sounding EQ. It's not too harsh. It's not too dark, but it sounds like this. So what's cool about this EQ is that you can turn any of these bands from a mid band to a high band by just pushing the high Q button in. Pretty cool. You know, obviously it's an EQ, very easy to use, but you can get a sound dialed in really good that you're gonna like. So another thing that I used it on was this vocal as well, just to bring the vocal out a little bit more. So we'll do the same thing with that. I'm just gonna go ahead and push B. And when it goes to A, then that's when you're gonna hear what the EQ is doing. So this is what it sounds like without the EQ.
Where do we go? La, 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 la. Where do we go? Like.
And that's simply just the presets. That's just this airy vocals preset. I didn't do anything to mess with it or anything like that at all. Just some good presets, a nice clean EQ. I'm definitely a fan. All right, guys, and the last two items both come from my peoples over at Yum Audio. You can currently get Spread Light and you can currently get Lo-Fi Flux Light at Plugin Boutique only for free. When you open these up, we'll start with Spread Light first. And when you open it up, this is just basically allows you to put, it's like a panner basically, but it's a cool panner. And you'll see what I'm saying here in just one moment. So with this thing right here, it's basically gonna spread your sound in your stereo field. So this is what it sounded like, the piano sounded like, again, without it on there. All right, now once we throw a Spread Light on there and start moving it around, it's initially gonna sound like this. So as you can see there, it's really easy to use. You know what I'm saying? I can sculpt the size of the spreading so I can make it as wide as I want to. It's kind of like a widener and a panner at the same time, because if I move this over, it's gonna pan it to the left. If I move it this way, it's gonna pan to the right. So you'll see what I'm saying. And then if I turn it on mid-side, it'll be like this. You know, you get mid-size and you get highs. So as you can obviously see with the mid-sides, you're gonna get more of a panning. But it's super easy to use, you know, super easy to use. And then low. So now let's talk about Flux Light. Flux Light is basically gonna be your warble tool, your LFO tool. When you open up Flux Light, it is going to look like this. Really easy to use, again, only a few knobs, but it's just going to make the piano sound from sounding like this to making it sound more like this. So you can hear, you know, the warble effect. You can use this in either time or you can sync it. I typically sync it because it's more musical. So, you know, you can sync it by time divisions or you can sync it by milliseconds. We'll stick with time. Basically, you have this control right here, which is your how much you want it to warble. Here's your instability, and then you have slow and jitter right here. So let's go ahead and mess with these a little bit. The difference between slow and jitter is how fast it's actually going to warble. Or maybe not necessarily how fast it's going to warble, but how inconsistent the warble is going to be. So you can see, obviously, if you use too much of it, you'll destroy the sound. But you can definitely use that to get that lo-fi sound, throw the spread light on there. I mean, that's basically what I got for you guys today. So I would definitely recommend checking out those 2 replacements from Melodyne, very good plugins. I mean, I really recommend checking out a lot of the stuff. That EQ from T-Rax is really good too as well. Make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. Appreciate you guys' time as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Some, hit the key.